What's going on, guys? Green Tea Guns back with another video after about a year and a half hiatus. Finally back, and I've got a good one for you today. For some of you who may not know, I had a birthday a few months ago, finally turned 21, which means I can now purchase pistols, which means a lot more content for this channel, including today's video, which uh, may be controversial to some, but this is potentially the Glock killer, otherwise known as the Ruger RXM with Magpul. So, as many of you may know, the Glock is probably one of the most prolific um, and just famous in general pistol platforms that has ever existed. Probably only second to the 1911 because two world wars. But either way, almost anyone you ask them to name a gun, they will probably tell you a Glock. Now, do I personally own one? No, but I do hear a lot from people who own them or just do a lot of research into guns that Glocks aren't the best. They're cheap for the money, you get what you get, and it's a brand name, so a lot of people do like them. Now, recently, there's been a lot more companies kind of going off of the design of Glock, such as the PSA Dagger, and what we're going to be taking a look at today, like I showed you in the intro, the Ruger RXM. I picked it up for about $400, I think, and that was on sale, but that is about the going rate for these things. They are still pretty new, but to get a new gun for about $400, that's pretty good. All right, guys, so this is the pistol in a more up close view, so we can go over it, take a better look, show you guys what all comes with it. But as you can see, it's got some nice stippling on there. That is always a contention point for some people. They either like it more aggressive, less aggressive, but I think for just what it comes with out of the box, I think it works pretty well, for me at least. Here we have your mag release on the grip, which I'm more of a fan of having a larger mag release. This one's just a bit thin for me, and also not ambidextrous. Another thing to point out here on this grip is that they made it a bit more American instead of your European grips where they're at more of an angle. This one's more down, so it gives you just a little bit of a different feel, and I think personally I like it. Coming up here, this is your takedown lever, which if you've ever taken down a Glock or seen a video of someone taking down a Glock, it's pretty much the same procedure. So nothing new there if you know that. An interesting thing they did with this is they actually added some stippling up here so that whenever you get a hold on it, you can almost use it as a gas pedal. So you have a place to put your thumb, which is unique. I mean, it's not very prominent, but it is there for people who like to shoot, um, with that kind of grip. So, just bonus points for it. Down here, we have a rail where you can mount your flashlights or lasers if you want it. I personally do not have one. I don't even have a red dot for this thing. But, yeah, if you want to do it, it's right there. So it should work with any laser and light you want to put on there. Over here, you have your slide release. Pretty standard. Pretty much all semi-automatic pistols have those. So nothing new. And especially looking at it from the back, you can tell that it is based off of a Glock. It is a Glock clone, but it's got that very distinct, almost boxy shape. But they went with more rounded edges. I guess not really rounded, but more angles to it, I guess you could say. So it gives it, honestly, a bit more of a futuristic look, which looks pretty nice. That's probably just a personal preference thing, but I think it looks pretty good. You've got your slide serrations there, so you can get an easier grip whenever you rack it. Just so you know, nothing in the chamber. Up here you have your iron sights with just standard block sights on the back, and then in the front you have your tritium night sight up there. And as you can see, it is milled out to take red dots. I'm not exactly sure which ones. If I figure out, I will put something on the screen letting you guys know. But as for right now, I'm just running it with iron sights. So we'll go ahead and test out that trigger pull, which I have heard is better than a standard Glock trigger. Okay, yeah, it's not the greatest, but I have seen and felt worse. Okay guys, we're actually going to be shooting the pistol now, which I haven't done yet, so this will be a learning experience for all of us, but I will be using what you actually get two of with the gun whenever you purchase it is two Magpul Glock 19 mags, and I'm running just standard Winchester 115 full metal jacket rounds since I'm just shooting that paper target down there. And I do have some rings drawn on it just so I can get an idea of grouping, and I'd say probably about 20 feet away. Like I said, this is my first time shooting it. I just want to see how it performs, not how well I can make it perform yet. So go ahead and load it up. Make sure that's seated in the whole way, which it is. And I don't know if you can see, but there is actually a hole in the chamber where you can see if there's one in the hole, and there is for this. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot at that target and just see what kind of groupings, see if I have any flyers, see if I'm adjusted these sights. So yeah. All right, let's go check out the damage. All right, so as we can all clearly see here, I need to work on my pistol skills. But you know what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of 15. I could do worse, but you know, it honestly just getting a feel for how the gun shoots. Never shooting at Glock, so I don't really have anything to compare it to. I think it shoots pretty fine. Obviously, I need to train a bit more on it, so I know where I need to hold it whenever I'm firing. But like I said, could be worse. Could be a lot better though. All right, guys, we're gonna try out this mag now. I forget the brand of it. I will put it somewhere across the top here. But this is a 17 rounder instead of 15. Still using the same Winchester rounds I did for the last shooting. So go ahead and load it up. As you can see, it does stick out a little bit, but it seems to sit in there well. So we'll see how it works. Got one in there. And as you can see, I do have a bottle down there. So we will get our soda explosion for this video. I'm going to take a few shots at the target first though. I'd say that worked. And now the bottle. Alright guys, so as you could see, the gun shot fine. It was mostly user error that I had some problems hitting the target, but I did completely blow it off the stick that I had it on, so I guess that's bonus points for me. But yeah, for first thoughts on the gun, I say it shoots pretty well. It is a bit more snappy than some other pistols that I have shot, but it isn't so much of a problem. It's more of just a learning curve that if you don't know it beforehand, it is something to keep in mind. Both of the types of magazines that I ran through it ran pretty fine. I didn't have any problems with it. So again, a bonus. That means definitely try out a bunch of different mags. You know, if you can go cheaper and they'll still run fine, I'd say go with that option so that you can buy more of them. Overall, I gotta say that I am pretty happy with the Ruger RXM here. I mean, for being a pretty much a $400 Glock, it performs really well. It's already got a lot of features out of the box for, like I said, $400. I've always been one of those people who's like, oh, I don't want to jump on the Glock bandwagon, and now I don't have to because I can get a Ruger and Magpul clone of one. The reason the Ruger RXM is so special, not your just standard everyday Glock clone, is because the part that is serialized, which you can see on that silver plate right there, is fire control group. That is the gun. So all of the internals for this gun can be removed, and that's technically the gun. So what that means is that it leaves the whole board clean for anything you want to do to this gun. You can get different slides, you can get different slides, you can get different grips, you can trick it all out, and you don't have to buy a new gun every time you want to switch things out. You have one gun, which is just the piece inside. Like I said, everything else you can customize. So me, I'm not super big into customization, so it doesn't mean much for me, but for a lot of people, it means a lot. So that's just about all for this video, guys. I want to thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. I know it's been a while since I've posted a long form type video. I've just been really busy with life and a full-time job. But recent mindset has told me, get back into this. This is what you like to do, and this is what you're semi-decent at. And some of you like to watch this for some reason. Yeah, like I said, that's about all for this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment what you want to see next. Let me know. Let me know if there's anything you want me to make videos on, possibly shoot. I have a poll on my YouTube channel of some of the recent guns I bought. So yeah, that's everything for this video. Green Tea Guns out. Peace.